Hey guys, thanks for joining me for this 15-minute wind down yoga flow. Getting straight into it, taking a wide stance, slightly bending at the knees, and just folding forward over our legs, reaching for the mat, for our toes. If you can't touch them, that's okay. Just feeling any sensation is good. Swaying our hips side to side. Then coming to our seat and gently rolling down onto our backs. We'll take our left knee into our chest. Hugging it in and taking some hip circles in one direction. And taking some circles in the other direction. Extending that leg, reaching our foot high to the sky, interlacing our fingers behind our thigh, slightly pulling our leg towards us, if that feels okay, and rolling out our ankle. Rebending into that left knee and taking it across our chest to the right for a supine twist, gazing over our left fingertips. Inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. Letting everything go, even if just for one moment. You have permission to let the day go. You did all that you can do. You did your best today, and that's enough. Inhaling, bringing that knee back to center and changing legs, extending our left leg and taking our right knee into our chest. Finding some circles in one direction and then changing directions. Extending that right leg up to the sky. Interlacing our hands behind our thigh. For a stretch in our hamstring. Taking some ankle rolls in one direction and the other direction. Keeping our upper body on the mat. Rebending into that knee. And taking it across our body to the left. Gazing over to the right. Keeping our shoulders on the mat. And letting everything go, every muscle. Allowing it just for one moment to let go. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. Nothing left to do today. Just rest. Inhaling and coming back out of that twist. And bringing both of our knees into our chest, giving ourselves a squeeze, rocking side to side, looking in the opposite direction that we're swaying. That feels good to me. And grabbing a hold of the outsides of our feet, bringing our knees into our armpits for happy baby. Feeling gravity straight in our spine into the earth. Extending one leg and then the other. Maybe both. Taking them wide and then bringing them together. Taking hold of our big toes with our peace fingers, if that's accessible this evening. Otherwise, reaching for our toes, grabbing hold of the back of our thighs or our calves. Placing our feet down on the mat and tick-tocking our knees side to side, neutralizing our spine. Then preparing to come into shoulder stand. Hoisting our hips up high, grabbing hold of our lower back, maybe interlacing our fingers behind us, squeezing our shoulder blades together and stacking our shoulders and hips and ankles. Breathing into this inversion. Feeling a stretch in the back of our neck, our spine. Allowing our blood to flow in the opposite direction. If it's accessible, you can come into plow pose, bringing your feet down to the mat overhead, bending into the knees slightly and pulling your hips in towards you. And when you're ready, slowly lower one vertebrae at a time down onto the mat. Extending our legs long and lifting our seat one at a time and placing our hands underneath. Squeezing our arms together, shoulder blades, and lifting the crown of our head onto the mat for fish pose. Pointing our toes, feet together here, and breathing into this chakra aligning yoga pose. Once complete, lifting our seat and freeing our hands and bringing our ankles so that we can touch them, squeezing our thighs together in our arms and lifting our hips to the sky for bridge, option to place your hands under your lower back, acting as a stand and holding yourself up. I know this feels good for me to release some tension in my lower back and my hips. And when you're ready, slowly rolling one vertebrae at a time back down to the mat and hugging our hips into our chest. Inhaling and exhaling, bringing the soles of our feet to touch, coming into reversed, reclined butterfly. Reclined butterfly, inhaling completely. Exhaling completely. The day is done. Be so proud of yourself for making time for this practice, to slow down, to get a good night's rest. You're giving yourself permission to slow down. A few deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose, out through our mouth. In through our nose. Out through our mouth. Option to lift your knees back up and widen your stance and allow your knees to touch like little magnets. Counterposing our reclined butterfly. And when you're ready, extending your legs out in front of you for a final resting pose, Shavasana. Inhaling, filling up. And exhaling, audible sigh out. Release your facial muscles. Unclench your jaw. Option to bring your palms to touch and taking your thumbs to your third eye in between your brow to reinforce relaxing. You can even mimic opening a book right in between your eyebrows to soften that brow. Inhaling and exhaling, softening into the earth. Place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Inhaling for Om. Om. bringing our thumbs back to our brow, thanking yourself for this practice tonight. Thank you so much for joining me for this February series. This is day creating some heat by rubbing our palms together quickly and then placing them on a place that needs a little extra love tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a great night. Hope to see you tomorrow.